Alright, we're going to start you on deck 5. This is Caribbean Princess. They have these little screens all around the ship which are very cool. You can check on what's on each deck and all that good stuff. We're starting on deck 5. On deck 4 they really just had the medical center. But as you can see, you can click on any deck there and see what's happening. And for more personal stuff, you can touch your medallion and log in and see your information. But I don't think you want people walking by to see it. Anyways, we're going to start at the island dining room. Again, this is on deck 5. This is the anytime dining, as in you can just show up here whenever you want. There are 3 restaurants. 2 of them you have to make an appointment. This one you do not. So there you go. That is the island dining room. And we're going to come out of here. And we're going to pop down here, and there is the piano. I use that for entertainment sometimes. Now on the left here we have the International Cafe. Sorry, this is the Good Spirits at Sea, then the International Cafe. There is the main lobby area. We were in port in San Francisco when you just saw that line there. That was for the crew to get off. The guests got off on deck 7. These desserts here are where you would go if you have your plus or premium and you get your free desserts. Down there they have the Fine Arts Gallery. And here we have the Vines Wine Bar. Again, this is all on deck 5. I warn you in advance as we see some shops. You are going to see some pretty bad cuts here. I had to refilm quite a few things on here. Partly because of daylight, because I tried to do some of it early in the morning when people weren't about, but the lights were off, so I went back when the lights were on as we passed the Internet Cafe and Library. And we make our way up to deck 6. Most of the stuff is on deck 6 and 7. We're going to come out here and you're going to see some more shops. And then here is the guest services area. Looking down, deck 5, more shops over there. And more shops. They call them the Shops of Princess. And on the left hand side here is the future cruise desk. The doors are closed right now because we're in port. And this is the Crown Grill. This is the steakhouse. This was on the premium. If you got Princess Premium, you could eat in here for free, and I did twice because I had Princess Premium. There is the Shore Excursions desk right opposite it. You can tell it's an older ship by the decor. If you've cruised a lot, that is. I don't want to be insulting to people that haven't cruised much. We'll come down here. We're heading up towards the theatre, but I'm going to cut across here. Just want to show you how narrow some of the stairways are. That one's good. That one's not so much. And further up they just have that, as I will show you. And we come down here. The first thing I'm going to show you is Churchill's Cigar Lounge. Right in here. I didn't really go in much because you open this door and boy could you tell it was a cigar lounge. That's there. So we're now getting towards the front of the ship and we're going to go into the Princess Theatre. these stairs. We're basically almost up on deck 7, which we'll show you next. A nice big theatre. It looked like they were about to show a movie, and there were a few people sitting in there, so I don't know if they were or not, but as you can see, it's a big theatre. But we're going to walk up here to deck 7 and do a walk around from there. You can see the look back. Some assisted areas. So that's the theatre. And I'm going to come out this way and head into the Grand Casino, where you're about to see your first really bad edit. Well, actually not quite yet. I will tell you when they're coming. Yeah, so this is the casino. Tables, plenty of slot machines. I never really saw it busy. There's the main desk there. But there were people in here, for sure. So there you go. We're going to come out of here, and guess what? More shops. Lots of shops. But on the left here we have the Crooner's Bar. It was always very busy. Looking down again, as I like to do. And apologies for the bit of the rough walking here. I forgot to bring my regular gimbal, so we're doing it with my regular handhold, unfortunately, so it's not quite as smooth as usual. That's me giving the impression of tipping it, when in reality I'm just doing it with my hand. Alright, get ready for your first really bad edit. See, there's somebody there? Now there's not. We're going to head down here, and I'm going to show you the Coral restaurant. This is one of the ones you may get as your set dining, and you have to make reservations on your app. Now you can get to here straight from you walk behind the guest services and walk down here. You will get right to this, but for the sake of the video I wanted to pop down and show you. Comes another bad edit, because when I went in there the lights were out, so I went back when the lights were on and just videoed this so you can see it clearly. On the original video this was just dark, but again, this is the Coral restaurant. Now I cannot say how the food was, because I did not eat in any of these restaurants. I did the specialty restaurants most every other night, because I wanted to try them all out. Another bad edit coming. Yay! Those people disappeared. There you go, the Coral dining room. And again, you can walk in straight from here on deck 6, but we are going to head back up to deck 7. Again, notice how narrow these stairways are. Okay, so we are back to basically where we started. Yeah, very narrow staircase I want to show you. Look at that. Really narrow. So let's head back down here on deck 7. This is the Explorers Lounge. They do a lot of like the karaoke and trivia, a lot of that stuff in here. Fairly large. And here's the bar. Not the largest bar, and not many seats in front of it, as you can see, but the bartenders were all very nice, even though they didn't have red stripe. What you gonna do? Here you go, Explorer's Lounge. Come up here, there's a photo gallery desk, but on the right here we have the Wheelhouse Bar. I'm going to pop in here and show you real quick. Wheelhouse Bar. I did not drink in here either, but it looks very nice. They have music in there at night, I do know that. And then right next to it we have Sabatini's Italian restaurant. Again, this was on the premium free restaurant level, so I did eat in here a couple of times and enjoyed it very much. That's Sabatini's Italian. And we're going to head down here. This is the photo area we're walking through. And now here we have Club Fusion. Not the nightclub as you might think. They have a bad edit there, as you saw. Lots of bad edits. But better with more daylight, I would say. So I can show you it better. They had the band play in here and good stuff like that. But it was not the nightclub. You will see that at the end. So there you can see the seats. I'm going to head back out of here. Now I'm going to show you one more thing before we head up to the top. Another bad edit coming. See the way I tried to hold it? Yeah, not very good. Anyways, we're going to head down one and we're going to show you the Palm dining room. This is the other restaurant. This is down on deck 6 and you do have to get to it from these stairs. There is no other way. Yeah, the Palm dining room. And then we're going to head up to deck 14 where the next thing starts. Deck 8 through 12 cabins, really weirdly named. Like deck 8 is Emerald, deck 9 is Dolphin, 10 is Caribe, 11 is Baja, 12 is Aloha. Makes no sense really, does it? But anyway, I was on deck 11, which is Baja, so my room had a B in front of it. Makes no sense. But yeah, there's some of these lots here where you can see where everything is. But now we're heading up to deck 14. This is the Riviera deck, and this is an adult only area. That bar is the bar for the area. I forget the name of it, but I think it just showed, but I was not looking. Anyways, you come up the stairs and we are now on deck 15, which is where the food and everything is. So deck 14 at the back was the adult area, just as a reminder. I did like the way they put the cutlery out on the table so you didn't have to pick it up, and they just restock it all the time constantly. And I did eat up here a few times, and I will say the food was very good. We're coming up behind here is Plank's Barbecue. This is another pay restaurant, was included on the premium too. I did eat here and it was okay. I wouldn't say it was spectacular, but it was okay. Now remember where we are, because I'm going to come back to this part in a minute, the entrance there, but I just want to show you down here real quick, and then rather than doubling back, we're going to start again from there. But I want to show you a little bit more of the buffet area. This is the World Fresh Marketplace, and it looked very nice, doesn't it? So that's why I just wanted to show you this. And very well labeled. They got some gluten-free stuff and all that good stuff. They got some vegetarian options. They had Indian in here every day. And I will say, I did eat here a couple of times and it was very good. As you say, they warn you that contains nuts. So a lot of good stuff. Anyway, so we go back to the entrance of Plank's Barbecue because I want to walk you across here. And I'm going to show you the seafood restaurant, Steamers, another pay restaurant. I did not eat there, but it looked okay on the menu. So that is Steamers opposite Plank's Barbecue. And then this is another side of it, seating and eating. Show you yet another barbecue setup. Very similar to the one I just showed you, but it's worth showing you both because I think it shows you how clean everything is. There's my Indian, vegetarian, fruits, salads, carvery. Yeah, it was all very good. This was lunch. Some more salads, fresh and fast, some sandwiches. Yeah, very impressive. Breads. Princess destinations, that they did a theme every day for different places. I didn't catch an English one, but I wasn't really checking every day, so I don't know if they have one or not. Deli meats and cheeses. Yeah, so all very good. Fruit stand favorites. And one thing I'll say is they weren't the same on they were different on both sides. So Sweet Delights, worth checking both sides. These were gluten-free selections. Over here you had vegan options, and then you had regular sugar-loaded options, shall I say. So yeah, again, the buffet was different on both sides, so make sure you check that out. Another look at the cutlery that they put out. Now we're going to head down here, and I'm going to show you one more, well, not one more, there's lots more, terrible edit. There you go. It's okay. Angles weren't right to make it exact. Anyway, you come out of here and you have the Calypso bar there on the right and the Calypso Reef and Pool with 2 hot tubs in the middle. So there we are, there's the Calypso bar. Now around the corner there is the coffee shop. I missed that. But the coffee shop in the corner, also where you would get your ice creams on the premium and plus free desserts. And they're very good. They're like $18 each. You get them for free. Not good for your diet, but they're very good. So again, this is the Calypso Reef and Pool. I did lie to you. Down there is where the coffee bar is on the right. You kept going, not going up the stairs, on the right, straight ahead. That's where the coffee shop was. My bad. But I'm just going to pop you up here real quick and show you the options where you can sit out. And there's the other hot tub. We are now back down on 15. Again, the opposite side of this is where the coffee shop is. I apologize. And your desserts. We're going to head to the other part of the Lido deck. And here we have Neptune's Reef and Pool. Again with 2 hot tubs. Life jackets if needed. And down there is the coffee shop. Another hot tub. They call it coffee and cones. So my apologies for missing that. Now straight ahead here we have the Salty Dog Grill, where they'll do like obviously hot dogs and burgers and stuff. There is the menu, but I'll also be putting out a video of all the restaurants in more detail with the menus, so watch out for that. This is the Mick bar, and then here we have Slice, which is the pizza place. Very nice crew every time we went by, as you can see. Now we're probably going to head up to deck 16. We are up towards the front of the ship, so we're going to show you the front first, then the back. Here we go. Some more seats there. There should be a bar called the Trade Winds Bar. So lots of small bars up top. They do have seats, but not many. So again, that's the Trade Winds Bar. As you can see there, I am not lying. And now we're going to head into the spa and fitness area. Here is the salon. It's called the Lotus Spa. In there we have a lap pool. And at the end of that is the thermal spa. And here we're walking into the fitness center. There's an aerobic studio. Plenty of workout machines, one person there. Good for you. So that's the fitness center. They have an aerobics area up to the left around the corner there as well. Now we come down here, these are all the treatment rooms for the spa. And again, looking in there is the lap pool. I'm going to head back out. Going to work our way up to deck 17, but one thing to show you before we do that. Now this room coming up here on the right is technically a wedding chapel. That's what they call it, but I'm sure it's used for all sorts of meetings, hearts and minds. I'm sure it's an area you can get for small groups. This is the smoking area, so we'll get through here real quick. And we're the opposite side of Trade Winds. And we're going to head up to deck 17. Lots of good things to show you here. It's the sports deck, but there's more than that. I'll quickly take you up here because it makes sense if you look at the deck plan. We'll show you up on deck 18 real quick. We have a little laying out area here, which I think back in the day may have been a topless area, as they used to do. I don't know for sure. I know some people that do, and if they're watching, they can put it in the comments. I'm not going to mention their names, but one of them could be a DVD. If you know, you know. Now that bridge in the background is not the Golden Gate, just so you know. It's on the opposite side. So we just show you that real quick. Now we're back down on deck 17. Photo studio in there. Might not be the easiest thing to find. This area is called the Sun Terrace. Now this is the sanctuary. This is a good relaxing area where you can rent cabanas and stuff, and I've got a treat for you in a moment, because I had one of the crew members explain everything to me. That's looking down on that lap pool. And we're coming in and looking around. I've got some clamshells there. And here we are again. This is the sanctuary. They're bringing this in on a lot of the newer ships with cabins and everything as well. On the Sun Princess and now the upcoming Star Princess, they're going to have some very special cabins in the sanctuary there. So check those out. It's a new thing for Princess. But they call this the sanctuary area. It's a bit more of an upscale area, but they haven't got the sanctuary cabins yet. But look for those on the Sun and the upcoming Star. One with the cabanas. More of a rest area. And then lo and behold, as I was doing this, I saw a crew member. So I was like, let me film a couple more of these, and when he comes back around the corner, I'm going to ask him to explain everything. So we'll just show you this cabana from the back. And then I will have this explained properly.
Yes. Okay, for the full day cabana, we have $220 per day. And it comes with two small bottle of spirits and 12 sodas of your selection. For the half day, it's $140 with one bottle of spirits and 6 selection of sodas, your choice. And then that's for the cabana. So cabana is composed of one cabana with 2 lounger in the front, and it's good for 2 person. Okay, and then we have the lounger. So lounger is a single bed. For the half day is $20. In the morning is from 8 to 12, and then the afternoon is 1 to 5, and then the full day is $40 for 8 until 5.
So these cabanas here,
this is just a lounge.
That's just a lounge area.
You can sit there. Yeah.
And that's just a lounge area, but it's closed?
Yes, sir.
And then so you just have the 2 cabanas?
It's 4 cabanas. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Oh, 3 and 4. Yeah, I missed those. And is it the same price on a sea day?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So sea day, port day doesn't change?
Yeah, doesn't change.
Wow, that's a good deal.
And then we have the, if you can see, the one which is with the close bed. We call it clams. So this is good for two. So it's $80 per day.
$80 per day?
And $40 for half day.
And I'm sorry, these lounges, they were the 20 and 40, right?
That's right.
Okay,
Yes,
awesome. Thank you.
excellent. You're welcome.
I appreciate you. All right, another terrible edit as you saw, but we'll keep walking around and show you that. Hope that was interesting. Don't often get the chance to do that. But we're going to keep walking around here. There's the other cabanas. Very reasonably priced if you ask me. I'm sure they're always sold out. Now as we come up here, I saw a menu which made me think. So I needed to go back and ask another question. And luckily, he was still there. There's my foot. So let's go back over and ask him. There's one of those clamshells again. So let's ask my new question. Then real quick question, the menu that's on the side of some of these, that's free?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
This is included.
Okay.
But, only the drinks, the cocktails. So if you have package, yeah, we serve drinks here. But if you don't have the package, it's on top. You know,
Okay.
It's gonna be charged. Yeah.
So the food comes with it,
Yes, sir.
but the drinks, unless you have the package, you have to
yes,
pay
sir.
for.
Yes, that's right, sir.
Awesome. What was your name again?
Jomer, sir. Jomer.
Joma.
Yes.
Thank you, Joma.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
you.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Thank you. So thank you, Joma. So again, this is the sanctuary area. And now we're going to head to the back. Again, remember, this day we were in San Francisco. So I was lucky enough to be able to film this during the day with the ship basically empty. Again, that is not the Golden Gate. If you're ever wondering why they have all of these screens jagged across, they are windbreaks. Let's just pop down here. There's that trade winds bar again. So we're now back down on 16. We'll show you the back of that and then we'll go up to 17. You make your way down here. And here we are passing on the right the opposite side, the Beach House Teen Lounge. I missed that. Coming down here, there's the movie theater, or the movie stars under this, whatever they want to call it. There's the movie screen. So we're going to come down here. More seats, more screens. Now we are coming to the area called the Tree House, and the lodge is on the opposite side. And then we're going to head into the kids area. How fun is that? But before we do that, we're going to pop up to 17. More chairs for hanging out. I'll explain that walkway in a second. There's a hot tub. Then we have a pool. They call this the splash pool on the opposite side. Now we're looking back down where we were. I came up just to not have to show you all of that. The kids area is not exactly large. Let's leave it at that. This is the splash, oh no, it's another hot tub, sorry. Hot tubs everywhere. There's the reef bar. We're just going to come down here and show you the enormous kids play area. There are some additional ones on deck down, about the same size. Now that, in the distance, if you look carefully, that is the Golden Gate, and that is Alcatraz. You'd have to freeze the screen and zoom in to see the Golden Gate though. So again, that is the kids area. Just a couple more things to show you. So we're going to head on up here. I'm going to almost end you with the greatest thing I think I've ever seen on a cruise ship. Take that however you want. But first I wanted to pop up here and show you the little basketball court. I also saw it set up for pickleball. Oh yes, set up for pickleball there, I think. You name it, they have it in these little tubs here. And they got the proper one in this one, which is the best sport, football. It's not soccer, it's football. Best sport in the world. Don't care what you say. Which leads me to my question. I always do a question on these coming to the end to see if anybody's still watching. And the question today is, what is your favorite sport? And what do you think is the most popular sport in the world? Or the most watched? So we come back down and we are very near the end. It's got a couple more things to show you. One, like I said, is my favorite thing ever. And am I being sarcastic? Will you be the judge on that? So we're going to pop back up here to deck 18. That's the only elevator that comes up here. We are going to the nightclub, the Skywalker's nightclub. Now how do we get here? This is the greatest thing ever. They have a moving walkway because you have to walk up one flight and there are no stairs. So yes, to get into the nightclub you use a moving walkway right there. I'm not doing that. Going to Skywalker's nightclub, I am not doing that. Even though it wasn't working, I'm still not doing that. I did see quite a few people, because it wasn't working, having to stop 2 or 3 times getting up here, and that's all I'm going to say. So yes, this is the nightclub, and this is where we're going to end this lovely tour of the Caribbean Princess, or Caribbean Princess, however you want to say it. These are all the chairs. Good place to go and get out of it if you want to just relax in the quiet for a few minutes during the day. And there is the dance floor. So there you go. So endeth my tour of Caribbean Princess. I think it's the oldest ship in their fleet. But when you come on, you have to come and check out the nightclub. Let's just say it's good people watching, especially that walking conveyor belt. Oh my God. I'll see you later. Let me hand you back to me. I was going to say, for my closing comments. Well, thanks for watching. I truly appreciate it. If you haven't yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell. You'll get notifications when future videos come out. And also you'll see to the left and right of me there are some more of my videos you can watch. Also, you can join my lovely little channel here. Hit that join button next to the subscribe button on my main page. We have 3 different levels you can join at. And if you join at the highest level, I will name a suit after you. And every time I wear that suit, I'll have your name in the pocket. I will sing your name to the rafters, maybe even at karaoke.